Hi YouTube, it's Mama Doe Dawn, and I am one day late on making this video. I'm hoping I can get it up today, but yesterday was the end of September, which means it is time to go over my September budget, do a budget recap, tell you guys what I spent and how much money I was able to pay to debt this month. But I really mean last month because I'm making this video a day late. As you guys know, I am in Kentucky to see Charlotte's paternal side of the family, so I am doing this video while I am here. So let's try to knock it out. So throughout the month, I go through this every single month, but throughout the month, I have my calendar page of my planner. Every single day, if I spend money, I basically write down the amount of money that I spent, and then at the end of the month, kind of add all of that up, and I tell you guys whether or not I was over or under budget. There are some things that are the same every single month, things like rent, minimum payments on certain different things, insurance. I know exactly what that's going to be every single month, and that doesn't change, so all of those things are totally stable. And I guess since I mentioned that, we'll just go ahead and go over those things right now. My phones, I pay $280 to. Everyone mentioned this every single month. Why do I have two phones? I made a video about that so you guys can see that. So if you want to check out my video, I would be like, oh, you can look at it here. I don't know how to do that. I'm not super great at YouTube editing yet. So I will try to do that. If I can get a little timestamp thingy up there, I'll try that. If not, I will leave a link in the description box below so you can go and check out that phone video. And I always just look down. It's simple, it's easy. I don't get too fancy into this. My car lease is $400. Car insurance, $100. I mention this all the time. I have a like a savings account. What are they called? Sinking fund that I put my car insurance into, $100 every single month. Then pay it in advance 6 months, basically to get that little discount. So I do that. My personal loan minimum payment was $400, paid that. Business loan minimum payment $310, paid that. Credit card minimum payment $200, paid that. Furniture loan minimum payment $125, paid that. And my rent was $500, I paid that. Now let's look at my fluctuating costs. My electric, I had budgeted $150 and it was right around $150. That does fluctuate, but what I had budgeted is what I spent on it. Now let's talk about all these little things that I wrote throughout the month, all the little places I spent money. So on the 1st of September, I spent $15 on food. On the 4th, I spent $130 on a prescription. For myself, actually, in the past, it's been medical bills for Charlotte. This time, I need a prescription that costs quite a bit of money. On Saturday the 5th, I spent $55 on food. On the 6th, I spent $20 on pull-ups for Charlotte. On the 7th, I spent $15 on Dollar Tree activities for Charlotte. Basically, I had a lot of work to do that week, and I was like, let's just go out, get some really cheap, easy things like Play-Doh, some craft supplies to keep her busy. In the long run, it probably made me more money because she was entertained, so I could get more work done. So $15 on those activities, which is part of my child budget. On Wednesday, I spent $600 renewing my car insurance, which I had in a sinking fund, so that was all paid for. On Thursday, I paid $5 on rental insurance, which I did not have accounted for in my budget, and I need to remember to do that for October. So yeah, that was something I did not have accounted for, but it's going to be the same every single month. I got to remember that rental insurance. On the 14th, I spent $25 on groceries specifically for Charlotte, things like strawberries, milk, fruit, you know, stuff she eats just for her. On the 18th, I spent $25 on cat food and $40 on groceries. On the 22nd, I spent $90 on a doctor visit for myself. I have had all kinds of like little health things come up lately. And yeah, it's been tacking up, unfortunately. And then on the 25th, something I forgot that I was going to have to do is renew my car registration. So that was an unexpected expense came up that I did not have a sinking fund for. I was not planning on, and that was $400. On the 28th, I spent $90 on clothes for Charlotte, and basically she's pretty much outgrown everything. We're going into winter. We have no clothes. So I went out and I thrifted a crap ton of clothes for her. And then on the 30th, I spent $45 on fuel. Somehow I managed to not spend money on fuel the rest of the month, and I think that's because a friend of mine filled up my car without me knowing. So if he's watching this, thank you. I appreciate that. And that kind of got me through the whole month of September. So then I tally up. Was I over or under budget in all of my categories? So for fuel, I had, let's see, I'm not good at remembering, $80 budgeted. I only spent $45, which means I was $35 under budget. For pet, I had $50 budgeted. I only spent $25, which means I was $25 under budget. Grocery, I spent $110, so I was $10 over budget, which is much better than in the past, how much I've been over budget. So I'm pretty proud of myself on that. And then my child budget, I had budgeted $100. I spent $150. That was mainly just me not really paying attention as I was going throughout the month, because usually I don't spend quite that much money on Charlotte. And I was $50 over on my child budget. With that being said, when I tallied all these up, was I over or under budget? I was actually completely even. $0, broke even on what I had actually budgeted and remembered I was going to budget. But I had 4 unexpected expenses come up throughout the month. My prescription for $130. I mean, medical things, I guess I should maybe start kind of budgeting those in, because they do tend to come up for either Charlotte or I every single month. And I was not planning that. Definitely was not planning that. I haven't taken myself to the doctor in a long time. It's just some things started getting serious this month. And yeah, preventative care honestly probably would have been cheaper, but welcome to the American health system. So prescription for $130. Rental insurance, just forgot to budget. $5. Like, that's not crazy. I can go out and like pull $5 off a tree if I have to, but yeah. Car registration, just wasn't thinking about, and that was $400. So that's another thing I'm going to have to look into creating a sinking fund for, or kind of looking like, when do I need to start that sinking fund? Maybe 4 months out, do $100 at a time so it doesn't hit so hard. I'll be thinking about that here in the near future. And then another doctor visit for $90, which when I added all those things up, brought me over budget $625, which is a bummer. I was over budget $625. Let's take a look at my debts for the month, whether or not they went up or went down. So my personal loan started at $9,400 at the beginning of the month. At the end of the month, it was $9,100. My credit card started at $2,750. At the end of the month, it was $2,800. So my credit card did rise slightly, $50. And that was partially not thinking of the car registration, which I managed to pull money out for just working extra. But those medical bills, you know, those really got me because I was sick. I was kind of out of work for a couple days, which tacked on to not being able to make up the income to pay for those. And then, of course, I had to pay for them. So that's kind of where the credit card got a little screwy this month. My business loan started at $700. It ended at $390. Furniture loan started at $300, but as you guys probably know, if you saw my video earlier in September, it is down to $0. The minimum payment was $125. I got a little bit of extra money coming in, and I was like, all right, beating my budget for next month, I will just put this extra money to the furniture loan. And I was super excited about it. Then more unexpected expenses came up, and yeah, it ended up kind of offsetting itself with adding money onto my credit card. So that was a bummer. With that being said, furniture loan totally wiped out. So happy to be done with that. That's a whole other video that I'll link in the description box below, but don't finance furniture. Really stupid. Finally paid that off. One loan paid off. Yay. And then the loan to my father started at $4,680, ended at $4,680. My phones and my car, I've expressed this multiple times. I don't know the exact amount I have left on either one of them. But I have estimated my phone's at $2,000, my car at $30,000. That brought my total at the start of the month to $49,830. At the end of the month, my debt was down to $48,970, which means I was able to put $860 to debt this month. So the suckiest part about this month is medical expenses, which I know from past experiences, like, they come up, and it's hard because I never know how much to budget for those. There's months where it's been $600. There's months where it's been, you know, $100. So creating like appropriate sinking funds for that or budgeting it is really hard because you just never know. There's months where it's $0, you know. So it caught up to me this month, just not thinking about my car registration. It's a car lease. Toyota paid my car registration for me when I had that car leased. Evidently Honda makes me pay for the car registration, so that was something I wasn't expecting. It kind of came out of the blue, a bill, and I had to pay that. So it was just a bummer this month. I definitely could have put more to debt had I not had those unexpected things come up. It's just, it's life, man. I feel like 2020 has been a lot harder of a year for me financially, obviously, than 2019. But just on top of it, it just feels like so many unexpected things have come up this month and this year. And I'm just having a lot of trouble keeping, it's like swimming and you're drowning and you're like starting to swallow water and you're like trying to swim harder, but you're also wearing out. And that's what it feels like financially this year for me. I'm really happy the furniture loan is paid off, but it's like all these other things are still, it doesn't feel like I'm swimming any less hard. That being said, as always, we go into the next month. It is already October because I didn't get a chance to make this video yesterday, but I am going to also be posting my October budget today. So if you're interested in seeing that video, here in probably an hour or two, that video is going to go live. So yeah, as always, it's a new month. We got a new start. Try kicking it again, keep pushing at it, and that's what I'm basically going to be doing this month, is trying really hard to just stay afloat. Like right now, really what I'm trying to do is stay afloat because I can't get ahead. So just swimming as hard as I can and trying to make it through. I'm hoping Christmas sales can increase for me and I have some extra money there. I'm working, you guys. I'm working so hard. I'm trying. Also, about my YouTube channel, I'm so close to being monetized. I need 3,000 more watch minutes, which I think, what's 3,000 divided by 60? Let me do this in my head. Like 500 watch minutes? Does that sound right? 50 watch minutes? No, 50 watch hours. 50 times 60 is, yeah, probably 3,000. So 50 more watch hours. That's all I need to get monetized. So I'm super close and that'll be exciting. That'll be a little bit of extra income. I think when I did the math on it, it averaged out to about $100 extra a month. So that'd be super cool if that happened. And then, yeah, I'll be sharing some videos with you guys here in the coming days of my plans going into the last 3 months of the year. You know, my push for what I really want to accomplish in those months, the ways I want to really try to bring in a lot of extra income and set myself up for a good start to 2021 financially. But that is my budget for September. Not how I wished it would have gone, but my debt's slowly decreasing and that's really all that matters, right? So we'll just keep pushing away at that. And I will see you guys in my October budget video, which will be going live here in a few hours. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.